Hello and welcome back to our children's virtual program, Book Tasting. I have a new book for you this week called Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Big Shot by Jeff Kinney. Now this is the newest book in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series and it's available in the children's collection. After a disastrous field day competition at school, Greg decides that when it comes to his athletic career, he's officially retired. But after his mom urges him to give sports one more chance, he reluctantly agrees to sign up for basketball. Tryouts are a mess, and Greg is sure he won't make the cut, but he unexpectedly lands a spot on one of the town's teams. As Greg and his new teammates start the season, their chances of winning even a single game look slim. But in sports, anything can happen. When everything is on the line and the ball is in Greg's hands, will he rise to the occasion or will he blow his big shot? As always, I'll be reading the first few pages. I've heard that athletes are born with special genes that make them good at sports. Well, whatever those genes are, I guess I was born without them. Mom's always saying that everyone who's part of a team has an important role to play, but when it comes to sports, it seems like my job is to make everybody else look good. At this point in my life, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to grow up to be a professional athlete, so I'm officially announcing my retirement. The crazy thing is, I used to actually like sports, but that was back in preschool when sports were still fun. The first sport I ever played was soccer. I didn't know the rules, but neither did any of the other kids, so most of the time it was just pure chaos on the field. Wherever the ball went, we all chased after it. Every once in a while, the ball would pop out of the pack and go into someone's goal, then everyone would celebrate. Nobody kept score, so you never knew who was winning or losing, and the parents didn't care because they were too busy doing their own thing. The referees were middle school kids, and they didn't really pay attention to the game either. In fact, the refs didn't even blow their whistles when the ball went out of bounds, so half the time we'd be playing on the wrong field and didn't know it. After the game, we'd always get slushies and junk food at the snack shack, and sometimes we wouldn't even wait for the game to be over to treat ourselves. The coaches were really nice and made sure everyone got a chance to score, and that made everyone feel good about themselves. Back then, I was sure I was going to grow up to be a professional soccer player. I even kept my rookie card in mint condition in case it turned out to be worth something one day. But that changed when we got to kindergarten. Everything changed. The refs started using their whistles and they didn't let us do the kinds of things we got away with the year before. That season, the refs blew their whistles almost every time I touched the ball. So when I was in the game, I'd stand in the corner of the field and pray the ball didn't roll to me. It's not like I was getting a lot of playing time in kindergarten anyway. The coach only put in the kids who were good and the rest of us sat on the bench. Mom told me the reason the coach wasn't playing me was because I was his secret weapon, and he was saving me for a big moment. But I didn't understand that Mom was just trying to make me feel better about myself. So whenever the coach did put me in the game, I'd go out there thinking I was hot stuff. Even the snack shack wasn't fun that year. Some parents complained that they were selling too much junk food, so they replaced the slushies and other sugary treats with healthy options. But the slushie sales from the snack shack paid for the field upkeep, so that year the parks department could only afford to mow the grass once every 3 weeks, which really slowed the games down. After a bunch of kids got ticks from playing soccer in the long grass, they decided to end the season early, which was totally fine with me. I feel bad that I've never been good at sports because I think Dad was hoping I'd be a star athlete. Whenever he'd go to the library, he'd always come back with a stack of sports books. I'm sure there are kids who are into those types of stories, but that was never me. If you go to the library, you'll find all sorts of books about kids who did amazing things and led their teams to victory. But I never had any experiences like that, and I bet there are lots of kids out there just like me. Alrighty, so I am ending it there. If you are interested in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Big Shot, it is available in the children's collection. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week for a new book.